Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You know my name? Yes, I'm Ninefesta. Today I'm gonna talk about my dinosaurs. This is Dinosaurs. He's one of the most heaviest dinosaurs in the world. He can eat a lot of grass in one day. This dinosaur is a herbivore, that's why. And this is also a little bit big, but it's not bigger than the biggest, most dinosaur outside. Okay, this. Okay. This is Brachiosaurus. It's also giant and it eats lots of plants because it's a herbivore. And this dinosaur lives in land. This is Triceratops. It's a herbivore. It lives in the Triassic period. And it lives in land. This dinosaur mostly eats 60% of plants. This dinosaur is heavy as 800 pounds. I mean 80 pounds. This is T-Rex. It's a carnivore. It was killed by velociraptors. All the 4 velociraptors. This dinosaur mostly lives on land. It can swim in water some days, a little bit. Okay. And this is exactly 8,000 pounds. Okay. This is Spinosaurus. It's a carnivore. It mostly lives on land and water. It's not an omnivore. It's a carnivore. That's why it eats plants. Basically. This is a T-Rex with a vein on his back, over to its tail, like a horse. Okay. And it's also a carnivore like the first one, but it's a little bit too different. And this one basically lives on land like that T-Rex. And it's 8,000 tons. Okay. Here. This is Stegosaurus. Its defense is from the tail. It's basically a herbivore and it mostly lives on land. This dinosaur has a herd. It's a group of dinosaurs. That's called a herd. It lives in a herd all the time. And 4 of its Stegosauruses are killed. And it's big and Stegosaurus is big as a bus. Ankylosaurus. This is a herbivore. It basically lives on land. This dinosaur has a club on its tail. Ankylosaurus is a little bit like a tank because of its club. It basically saves Ank from the tank. T is not a Tankylosaurus. It's only an Ankylosaurus. But where did that Kylosaurus came from? That's what I wanted to know. And this dinosaur is only 50 pounds. Stygimoloch. This is a little bit too big, and this defense is like a Pachycephalosaurus. Its head and its spines in the back. This dinosaur can run up to 20 miles per hour. This dinosaur is basically a herbivore. It lives on land. And you know, it's 30 pounds. This is a Stegosaurus with a broken tail. And this defense is also the same tail with a broken one. And this dinosaur is a herbivore. And this dinosaur basically lives on land like the other stegosaurus. Okay. This is a Margosaurus with too many plates in the back. There's too many spines in the back. This Amargosaurus is basically lives on land. And this dinosaur is a herbivore. You know, it's 11 pounds. This is Triceratops. I mean Pentaceratops. This dinosaur is also like a Triceratops, but with a different thing. Big furrows like Chasmosaurus and 2 horns on the back. And one is very, very small. This dinosaur is basically a herbivore. And this dinosaur is a herbivore. And basically lives on land. It's 12 pounds. This is Brontosaurus. It's also a long-necked dinosaur. And its name from it's big and this is almost like an Apatosaurus. Its head is almost like an Apatosaurus. This Apatosaurus. And this dinosaur is a herbivore. It eats 800 like Apatosaurus. It eats 880 pounds of grass in one day. This basically lives on land. Its brachiosauruses are like a slide, but if they're small, they're not a slide. Okay. This is a Apatosaurus. It eats 8,080 pounds of grass because it's a herbivore. And this basically lives on land, and it's bigger than any trees anywhere it is. Any tree is smaller than the Apatosaurus, not the biggest tree in the world in my book. This dinosaur mostly eats plants. And this is 80 pounds. Wait, okay. This is Plesiosaurus. It basically lives on water. And this dinosaur eats meat because of these tiny sharp teeth in its jaw and its mouth. It's a carnivore. It has a long neck, also like the Apatosaurus. And it's the smallest Elasmosaurus you've ever seen. Go ahead. This is the same Triceratops as the other one. And I didn't say defense, it's the horns. And it has a frill. A male is called a Triceratops. It lives in the Triassic period because of the tri-named. Triceratops. Triassic. Because of it lives in the Triassic, Stegosaurus lives in the Jurassic. Okay. This is Velociraptor delta. This could kill even the Indominus Rex with the help of T-Rex. And this dinosaur is the smallest. It's almost small, but it's not the smallest. Some dinosaurs are very, very small than it. Small baby dinosaurs and Compsognathus. Troodon, the others. They're also smaller than Velociraptor. No one can ever eat it. It runs 25 miles per hour. It eats plants. It basically lives in land.